Randy, Sammy sounded pretty upbeat there this morning about his chances for tonight. How upbeat are you about his potential availability?
Again, it's always nice when your players are very, very close to coming back, and it gives you an option to add a player of that caliber into your lineup.
How?
Go ahead.
Sorry. How would you grade Fowler's play in Game 1, and what do you expect from him in Game 2?
Well, I think that we didn't ease him back into the lineup. That's for sure. He played, I think, 24 minutes, but that's what he usually plays. So I thought his performance was actually very good for missing the time that he's missed and stepped right back in. It was like he hadn't missed a beat. Now tonight I expect the same. That's the type of player he is. He's an A-quality defenseman. He's a puck mover, skater, and that's what he does, and that's what we expect him to do for our hockey club.
Randy, how did you feel Gibby did in Game 1? How would you kind of assess his play from Game 1?
One time I said he was just okay, and it got me in a lot of crap. So I really have to temper anything that I say about our goaltender or any player. I just think that Gibby fit into the rest of our hockey club. I thought we competed hard, we played hard, but I think we have another gear. We have another level we can play to. Bieksa has a lower body injury, and he will not play.
Randy, when a player like Getzlaf starts maybe a little bit more in the defensive zone than what he might normally, is it tougher for him to generate offense starting out at that end of the ice, or is that just something good players find a way to do?
I don't think it's anything drastic for Ryan Getzlaf. As I've said, I've referred to him as being in the World Cup. He was the fourth-line center, the checking center for Team Canada. So if they can use him in that environment against the best players in the world, I'm surely not afraid to start him in the defensive zone with us. He is a world-class player. He can provide offense. I rely on him, and we rely on him as a coaching staff to do multiple tasks for our group. He takes defensive zone face-offs. He'll kill penalties. He kills 5-on-3. Fortunately, the other night he broke his stick on a face-off, so it really was a 5-on-2. And all those things. So I don't think there's not a situation that I haven't used him in this year. Pardon? No, just a lower body injury, and he should be available late in the series, if that's what.
Randy, can you assess the play of Montour, and has he exceeded your expectations?
I think Monty's been, is somewhat surprising, but the one thing that he always has been able to display, he's not intimidated by the situation that he's presented with. A lot of young players come into the league and they're tentative. Monty's a guy that you just watch and he just goes for it. He goes and plays the way he thinks he has to play, and he's aggressive in a lot of areas, and he skates the puck. And he's not intimidated by the surroundings or the event that he's participating in, and that held true in the playoffs here. Once we put him into the lineup, he attacks the game. He goes in there, and he's not shy about the way he's playing. He doesn't, as per se, dip his toe in the water to feel how hot it is.
Randy, yesterday you said your players don't listen when it comes to the penalties. Did you have that conversation this morning?
Well, I guess. What do you think? We always are going to speak to discipline, and I'm sure it's on the other side as well. It's just part of the process that has to evolve with your group. We're just harder headed than some, I guess.
Generally, how long does it take after the game starts to figure out whether the officials are going to be, lenient or strict as far as making those calls, and how quickly?
60 minutes.
And how quickly do you expect your players to adjust to that?
10 seconds. It's you know, that we can talk about officiating and the ebbs and flows that go with it. As I've always tried to say, that it's difficult, and in pressure situations and emotional situations it gets ramped up. But if we, as a hockey club, could go out and make as many mistakes as the officials do, we'd have a pretty good game. So let them do their job. Yes, they're not mistake-free, but neither are we. And if we could hold ourselves accountable to the number of mistakes that we made and they equal the same that the officials made in the game, I think we'd be much further ahead.